Okay, guys, if you can hear me or see me, that may be a bad thing, but I'm just testing something here for an announcement that I've got coming later this week, and I'll go into that in a second. So, watching this at the moment, I'd just like to hear whether my voice is coming through, whether you can obviously see me, and whether it's in sync. So let's just see what happens here. Let's put my specs on so I can see what's going on. Now, this is all new to me, so yeah. Thanks, Matt. Tony, is the clarity all right? Because I'm testing it through, not the webcam, I'm testing it through another camera, and this is the first up. Yeah, not in sync. Let's just see what happens. I've found when I tested it before, it sort of took a little, there was a little bit of delay. Okay, oh, there's a few guys going on here. There you go, Robin. How are you, mate? Right, I've got the camera up to the side, so excuse me for not looking straight into it, but I'm just testing it through my laptop so I can basically make this a live thing if we need it to happen. So seems to be working reasonably well. Hope everyone is well. I can tell you now it's perfect samba conditions here at the moment. It's pouring rain. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I can't have done too much wrong. What's for dinner? That's a good question, mate. Yeah, it's coming into sync. Thanks, mate. That's what I noticed before. It took about a minute before it actually come up. Okay, so looks like I've got a bit of a winner. So I'll go into it in a minute, but there's something, well, I think it's pretty big. It's going to happen on Saturday. But has anyone got any questions? Often I don't catch up with everyone and I get a lot of time to answer all the questions I'd like to answer. But so if there's any questions anyone's got to ask now, fire away and I'll do my best before I go into what I've got to tell you. So I'll stick the specs back on. When do you take him out hunting? I don't know, Matty. It's a good question. Is that a grandfather clock in the background? No, but I'll tell you what, you might be looking at it. No, I'm only joking. When's the next Samba backpack hunt? John G 300. That's a good question, and that's something that should become a little bit clearer on Saturday. So for those that want to know, I can tell you now, and it's one of the reasons I'm setting this up, is they're going to have a live feed probably somewhere about 2:30, 3 o'clock on Saturday. That's Sydney, Melbourne time. This Saturday coming, so I think that's the 13th. So yeah, definitely. Again, this is a little bit all new to me, so hopefully I've got it set up reasonably well. But it involves more than me. That's all I can say at this stage. So definitely, we'll be trying to go live, like I said, somewhere around 2:30, 3 o'clock. So tune in. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, who else have I got on here? Look, I'd love to answer all these questions, but they're coming up a lot faster than I anticipated. How much success have you had with deer calls for fallow? Well, don't do it often. And I think it comes down to the timing, what deer are around. But most guys will tell you don't often have much luck with probably the bigger, the smarter deer. They don't get to that, and the older deer, they don't get to that age for no reason. But I've had a bit of success with the Icotec, a few calls that I've made up for myself. They've called them in. I've actually got a video up on that. They come in with about 5 or 10 metres. I'll just check some of these out. What else? Long range bunny popping. I'd like to do a little bit more long range bunny popping, but bunnies are really thin on the ground over here at the moment. We'll see what happens over spring. Aussie hunting life. Spewing, I'll be in the bush. Nothing wrong with that. That's where I'd like to be. Yeah, good on you, John. We'll see you there. See you then on... we'll be here. Aussie Outdoors. Good day, mate. How are you, mate? GC5. What's got there? Gen 2. Foxcall. What are your thoughts? I haven't... The new GC500, the Architect, I take it that's what you're talking about. I haven't seen it in the flesh and I haven't tested it, so I can't really answer how good that one is. Second, the question for a few tips for beginners starting out. Well, my big tip was just have a go. Don't be so hard. I think people tend to be hard on themselves, not thinking that just because they don't know what to do, not to have a go. I can tell you now, we don't know a lot. We just give it a go and you learn from your mistakes. Ben, working well, all good. Thanks, Ben. Michael Brady. Do wild dogs go quiet when it's raining? It was meant to be heaps on a property I went to and didn't see any. It was raining though. I was like, you just got to ask yourself, would you be standing out in the rain where you could be sheltered up somewhere? It's pretty much the same with any animal. When the weather's poor, they're going to shelter up out of the wind and rain. So it's obviously not going to be your best time. But if they're hungry and you give them something that they want, they'll find you. What's Robert recorded me? Could be hunting. Yeah. Well, you'll get to see what it's about one way or the other, Robin. What deer species is best to chase in Vic around September? Well, all of them. But, yeah, probably Samba. Samba would be my choice, and probably for temperature reasons. Chauncey, if you wanted someone to carry my pack. Oh, someone to carry my pack. Matt, how do you get access to all the private properties you shoot on? Well, through long, hard work. Not only me, Lee. We've all done it over the time and basically creating a relationship with the property owners. You basically got to do a job for them, as simple as that. We primarily cull feral pests, and that's how if you get good at it, you just move on from one to another, but you've got to look after those that look after you. Pretty simple. Yeah, Jazz, it's pretty much the same question. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to bore you too much here. Obviously, if there's any more questions you got, fire away. But basically, I'll aim to have another live stream up. It's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to try it through the mobile network as well, or I may have to do that. But yeah, come 2:30, 2:45 this Saturday, we've got a bit of an announcement to make regarding us. I don't want to go into it too much but basically I think you'll enjoy it. And yeah, so stay tuned. I'll stay on for another minute or so here and just look at some of the questions. Like I said, I'd love to answer everyone's questions. But yeah, if you're about and you're not hunting, definitely jump on. We'll go live. And yeah, I don't want to say too. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but yeah, I just like to keep it until then. But I'll just stay on. I'll answer a few questions, and thanks everyone for the feedback, telling me that it's all working fine. I'll stick the specs back on so I can read some of these. What's Joe Gilberto? Hey, Robbo, looks like New South Wales are going to classify deer as non-game. What do you think would happen in Vic if this happened? Well, when you say non-game, I suppose it's classed as a pest. Well, I think deer are classed as pests, I think, in Queensland in some areas. So I think we have to do our part, and that's basically try and control the numbers. Easier said than done, but they are getting to a point now that it's only going to take, a couple of deer to go through the windscreens of cars and hopefully not ever happen, but kill someone or whatever. And I think it won't take much to be reclassified. That's just my thoughts. So, yeah, look, we got to get into them, knock them over, because it's either us or they're going to heli hunt them. So, yeah, knock over the hinds. Don't be too fussy. Just where the numbers are big, get in on them. Ooh. Oh. What's your best beer to drink when you're away and spirit? I used to be a real beer drinker. I never drunk spirits, and I always love a cold beer when I'm sweating. And I never thought I would ever say this when I was younger, but I actually love a Tooheys beer. Tooheys Extra Dry is my favourite. Spirits, I love a good rum, and you can't go past Bundy. Dan, how are you, Dan? Dan Stevens. Yeah, mate, probably about 2:30, 2:45, providing we don't get any issues setting it up. But so far, if I've got this set up, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Yeah, probably 2:30, 2:45. We'll try and go live again this Saturday, and then it'll all become apparent. Are there any good podcasts to listen to the hunting? Thanks, mate. Well, I love Steve Ranella, straight up. Meat Eater, he's just got something about him. He just does a great job. But we've got some great hunting podcasts that are sort of in the making in Australia. And Hunting Ret, Dave's given it a fair crack. And, I think he's going to, if he keeps at it, I think he'll, as we all do, we'll progress. But the Hunting Camp Down Under, I think it's called. Hopefully I got that right. I think Craig's given it a fair crack, and I think Herbie's getting involved. And I think the biggest thing is just to support them all and don't be too hard on them. But because we always get issues with audio and, in my case, video. So, yeah, just give them some positive feedback and we'll see what happens. Oh, geez, these questions are coming up. Are there any good podcasts? Awesome, can't wait to see you. Thanks, Sicilian Bull. Thanks, mate. Aussie Jules tuning in. Good on you, Dan. No worries, mate. Bombala, New South Wales. Yeah, almost got hit by a tiger snake when I was a kid there. Yeah, I'm sure you know well on the dam wall there. So it's my memories of that. Steve Ranella fixated on his Netflix show. Yeah, Steve Ranella, mate, he's a special man, and I tell you, with a meat eater conglomerate now, I think it's just going to be great. Robin Coe will revolve around the Richmond game. Yeah, well, Collingwood aren't going too well either, mate. Dougal's aerial photography. Really love the video, guys. Keep me keen to shoot. Well, I think you'll like what I'm about to tell you on Saturday. Adam Stone, is there a special guest from WA? No, Adam, not as yet, but I know who you're talking about, and I'm sure myself and Jamie will catch up at some stage in the near future. What's your stalking sambar caliber under 250 metres, 308 or 270? Well, I've always been one for saying shot placement is the key. Doesn't matter. You can have the biggest caliber. You put it in the wrong spot, it's not going to do the job. But look, 308, 270, right pill, 250 metres, a normal 150 in the 308 is going to do the job, and probably a little bit lighter, the 140 is also going to do the job in the 270 at that distance. Aussie Hunting Life, what's your thoughts on Adam Greentree? Well, I don't know the bloke, so I've got no thoughts on him, but all I know is he's a passionate hunter. So I can't really make any assessments there. Has the chopper cold in Victoria, has it made a difference? Well, it's probably cost us a bit out of our taxes. That's about all the difference it's made. In the big picture, no, it's made no difference at all. I live about 500 metres from the dam. We'll keep those snakes at bay, Dougal. If we guess it, will you tell us? I don't know. Give it a crack, Matt. Oh, it looks like it's come to an end. I'll give it another couple of Blimey, 15 minutes. I knew I could talk. But all right, looks like everyone's done. No more comments? Oh, hold on. You guys should head up this way for a hunt. The deer are just out of control here at the moment. Well, you never know, mate. We might come up that way. Yeah, long range vids. Yeah, it's horses for courses, and basically it's one of the things we do. But at the moment, we haven't had the need to sort of use that sort of gear, so it hasn't been high on my priority list, to be honest with you. Great source of interest for your videos, rifle hunting. Thanks, Edward. It's nice of you. Aussie Hunter, you're having your own TV show? No. But I can't. Well, for those that don't know, Rob's, I think, just about to release I think it's Series 6, I think, don't quote me, on Beyond the Divide. And we will be doing, I believe, 2 episodes of that. Yeah, so Rob will probably clarify that. But yeah, at this stage, I think we're possibly the last 2 episodes. A bolt action open day. Well, my bolt's always open, but well, most of the time. Sorry for the pun. Or maybe a joint video with Aussie Bush Harvest. No, not at this stage. It's the one a winter hunting trip. Blimey, I don't know if that would be a prize. Have you ever hunted out towards Yea, and if so, how successful was your hunt? Yea, yeah, well, we know that area pretty well, and some of the areas we hunt are within that district. All right, guys, I think I'm just about going to wrap this up. But yeah, blimey, 7. Hold on. Is a 223 too small for pigs, do you think? No, not with the right projectile. Well, the good thing with the 223 is you can load up your 60 grain and just get a projectile that's a little bit heavier in construction. Definitely not out of the equation, or not out of the question. So, yeah, well-placed shot on a pig. You wouldn't want to probably be using it on your big Northern Territory boars, but, yeah, stick it behind the ear. It's not going to go too far. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So, basically, I'll try and get this organised 2:30, 2:45 this Saturday. Tune in and it'll all become clear, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So thanks again for watching. See you then. Hold on, we got one more. How do I get a stubby holder like Luke Grant's? You dobbers. What do you mean? Like these ones? I forgot about those. I only got a couple made as samples just for the boys. So who was it? Mick C. Mick, I tell you what, get in contact with me through Messenger or Facebook or whatever. Send me your details and I'll get one out to you. I've only got a couple left, so yeah, no worries, Mick. Just remind me though. Blimey, I was going to wrap this up. Thanks, mate. I would love to meet you one day. No worries, mate. Pleasure's all mine. Do the Haunted SST projectiles do okay for you guys? I think they're one of the most versatile projectiles. Best part about the SST is they work well further down range when the velocity drops down. At closer range, high speeds, they tend to sort of fragment pretty quickly, but you place your shots accordingly. When I use them shooting closer, I'll tend to go through the next shot for deer and that, where it'll actually create massive sort of wound channel through it. So, yeah, for me, knowing how to use them is the key. A lot of people say, oh, they're hopeless, they explode on the surface. Well, put it in the right shot, they do the job. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Cheers, man. Keep up the great work. Thanks for answering our question. Look forward to more comment. Much appreciated, Stu. Great stubby holder too. Thanks, Robin. Should make more of those stubby holders. I'd buy one. Yeah, look, and actually I'll bring that up. And the silly thing is, the stubby holders, like I said, these are just a bit of a test. The issue is I don't like putting out anything that's poor quality, and to get them made and whatever, I'd have to sort of sell them for about $10. And I think everyone would pay $10 for a stubby holder, but it's how I get them out to everyone. The postage is a killer. Like, it's costing me, the last ones I've sent, by the time, I think it was about $7 or $8 anywhere in Australia to post a stubby holder. So if anyone's got some suggestions on how to get them out for a couple of dollars or whatever, I reckon I could probably do them for $10 to $12. But it's got to be $10 plus the postage, and that's a killer, like I said. Quick before I go, should make more of those stubby. Yeah. Thanks for that, mate. G'day from South New Zealand. G'day, Mac Rocker. How are you, mate? You'd be a couple of hours ahead of us here, or 3 hours, whatever it is. Anyway, look, guys, I've got to go. Thanks very much for tuning in, and thanks very much for telling me that it's all working. I'd be very interested to know what's it? Missing your great videos. Well, stay tuned for Saturday, mate. I think you might be disappointed. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, it's just $30 for 2 stubby holders. Yeah, it's a possibility, but I still think it's too expensive myself. But yeah, look, I'll probably be getting more made. And look, I'm not much into this sort of stuff, to be honest with you. I just like putting the videos out. But if there's enough demand, people want the stubby holders. I was thinking of getting a couple of these caps done with our emblem as well. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, again, I'm a little bit blown away by all the support we've got, to be honest with you. So thanks again, guys. All right, I think I've rambled on enough. Yeah, so again, tune in on Saturday, probably 2:30, 2:45, Eastern Australian time. So thanks again, guys. See you later.